Thank you very much for joining. My name is Jackson Mwindi, and today we have a guest. I think that you've already seen him, and someone who is in United States of America and is going to share with us tips for surviving in USA as an immigrant. Because many people this year, I am positive that they are going to win the green card, and you'll need some of these tips so that when it comes to your time, you know where to pick this journey of migration from, and how to look for jobs, and a host of other things which we'll discuss together with the guest. So lean in to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to give us the like so that we grow this channel. If you are watching later on replay, just know that we'll be doing a short video, and if you are not able to follow through to the end, you can jump from section to section. Be comfortable to jump from section to section to the point which you want. Otherwise, thank you very much. Let's be together for these few minutes. And now I want to welcome the guest who I'll be asking questions and he'll be answering. Basically, it's a discussion. You can also ask your questions. If you have any questions you want to ask about tips of living in America or how to maybe migrate, you can also ask in the comment section. If you want to come as a guest, you can also tell me so that I see whether I can bring you on board. Otherwise, thank you very much, Evans. I want you to introduce yourself a little bit because and right now we have some few people who are already on live. But we anticipate that we'll get more people, but we can hold the discussion because other people also will be listening in on live on replay later on, and they want to know who is Evans Kieti. Thank you very much, and welcome, Evans, to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. As you have heard, just pronounced my name. My name is Evans Kieti. I'm a Kenyan by birth. I'm a Kenyan citizen, but currently I'm an immigrant who stays in America. Yeah, and I'm lawfully in America. So generally, I'm a banker by profession, and also I'm also a small business time man, and I'm also a YouTuber. So I have a small channel which I'm growing up. Thank you.
Now, thank you for the introduction, Evans. We want to pick it from, I don't know where we'll start from, but basically, just want to ask you a few questions. Some of them related to your journey to the US, and some of them are related to how you can compare and contrast the life in United States of America and life in Africa, where you come from originally. So basically, can you be able to tell us how long you've been in the United States of America and something of that sort?
Okay, thank you very much. I haven't stayed for America for a very long time, but I can say I'm not a mono. I'm now close to 2 years, and my journey to America started some years back. So it's something which I started close to around 4 years, but I actualized it after maybe like what I can say, I came here in around the end of 2020, and I've been here close to 2 years. Yeah.
So how can you compare the job market in the USA as when you compare it with the one in Africa? How is it? Is it easy to get jobs, like starter jobs?
Yeah, I can say one thing you should remember or not is that in USA there are lots of jobs. It's not you can't compare USA and our place or Africa. Here there are lots of jobs, and the most important thing is you should set your mind when you are coming in. You should not come and start saying that I want to do this kind of job, depending on what you are used to do there. So there are all kinds of jobs, and the best thing when you come over here is to have your foot set forward, depending on what kind of job you get, at least to help you grow and earn something. as you now focus on what you want to do for your future or what you are interested on. But generally, there are so many jobs you cannot finish. So definitely, when you come here and you are not choosy, you can get a job and start earning some income, which is much far better compared to what you are getting in Africa. So generally, yeah, there's a lot of jobs here.
So are you able to give us an example? Because I know there are different types of jobs which you can consider like starter jobs, which you can start with. Are there examples of jobs you can tell us? Because many people watch this channel are people who later on are going to win maybe the green card or use other pathways to immigrate to the USA. Are there examples of jobs which you can tell our people they
Yeah.
can start looking for?
Firstly, it will depend again
I
with
think we've
what.
just lost Evans, and
Hello?
I don't know.
I can hear
I
you
think we've just
properly.
lost him, but basically he's here to tell us a few things about Evans. Can you hear me? Are you back?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, now I was asking you which are the starter jobs. We can pick it from where we got lost. Which starter jobs do you
Uh,
think someone can start with in the US?
there are all kinds of jobs.
Mhm.
Maybe I can start off by saying, if you want to work in the big industries like Walmart, there are jobs there. If you want to work in McDonald's, there are jobs there. If you want to work uh, let me not use the word go downs, in mail services,
Yeah.
uh,
Uh huh.
all kinds of services. Those kind of jobs are there. You can work in, for example, in banking. You can work in airlines. You can work in hospitality. If you are interested, maybe close to working to people working in hospitals, there are jobs there. Even if you are qualified as a nurse, there are jobs which you call CNS.
Mm-hmm.
You find there are those also people, for example, those who clean hospitals. So those are kinds of jobs you can get. So those are small kind of jobs, but definitely they are not. People might not like them, but those are jobs which can make you earn something as you look forward to what you want to do for your future. So it depends on hospitality. It becomes maybe if you want to maybe work in services businesses, if you want to work in kind of industries, all those kinds of business you have ever thought of, industries which employ people, definitely there are jobs
Yes,
waiting for you.
basically jobs are there. And
Yes.
now let
Yes.
me ask you about jobs in. Sorry, let me ask you: do you need to go back to school to maybe for like a year so that you be able to look for these jobs, even if they are small jobs like the ones in Walmart? Is it a must that you go back to school?
No, those kind of jobs, you don't need to go to school. What you need
Hmm.
to have is a genuine papers to get those jobs. So, mean my genuine papers is: are you allowed to work? Are you on a green card or are you a citizen? So,
Hmm.
definitely, we are talking of those people who are coming with green cards. So, if you want to work here and you have a green card, that is an outright a tick that you will be qualifying to work in this place. So the other thing which the Americans or people over here would like to see you having is: do you are you you are not they are called checking your it's like your CRB. You see,
Hmm.
I want to
Hmm.
see, are you a
Your
criminal
credit score,
or yeah, like
it's
a
like
credit score
a
kind of,
credit
but
score.
just the
Mhm.
background check about yourself. Are
Oh.
you a criminal? Are you engaged in drugs? What kind? Or where do you live? Do you have an address? Those things.
Mhm.
But generally, they check like the CRB generally, because it's the one which has lots of your profile and what you do and who you are at that particular moment. Are you owed by people? Do you pay your debts? Do you pay your rent? Those things, they'll they definitely check. So once they clear you on that, automatically you get that job. So there are.
So let me ask you a question: Is it a must that someone gets into the healthcare field, like a CNA, or because we have been told that it's a must that everybody who gets into the USA gets into healthcare field? Is it a must, or you can continue with the career you are doing in your home country? Is it a must that all of us get into the healthcare field?
No, it's not a must. Maybe one thing I would like to pinpoint directly, maybe to answer your question properly, is that immediately once you get these kind of jobs, definitely you like to do you'll be forced to do something for you to get a better pay. And for you to get a better pay, you need to get certificates. Doesn't mean you go direct, you start doing your degree to take you 3 or 4 years in your studies, but you can do certificates. And these certificates, you can do them from your country. And these kind of job certifications, you find them in Google, that like the Coursera. You can start doing those courses. Once you come here, they are very much valuable. So now to go back to your question, when it comes to professionals, yes, when you want to become a professional, definitely that one you must go to school. But there are those other courses which are very short. They take you like a month. For example, if you want to become a CNA, there are those people who help the nurses when they are working in the hospital. You want to work in a particular home where there are old people. Once you do those courses, they cost a few dollars, and they cost you less time. So once you get those certifications, some you can do from home, like first aid. There are those guys who do international certification. So if you can be able to do them over there and come over when you have them, it's good. But if you don't want to, you can still come here and start do them, and they cost a few dollars and a very short time, and you can get to that hospitality industry and become a nurse aide and earning your money. So you have that hat.
So let me ask you, is it good money those people earn, or is just money for survival? Because those are considered to be small time jobs in where we come from. Working as a CNA or a nurse, is it something which can pay your bills?
A nurse, yes, and also a CNA, yes. So it's just the levels of that, the money they are much higher. A nurse will get more, a CNA will get less, but that is money which can make you survive and send your money to your parents or your friends at home. Yeah. You can't compare anyway. You can't compare.
You cannot compare. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit because I know most people who listen to this channel are also people who have families and children. How is it? Is it easy for children to transition from maybe their home country? Maybe there are people who are immigrating from Africa to the US. Is it easy for the children to adapt and change to the new social environment?
Children or kids are interesting human beings in this world, and those are the people who can adapt life very easy. Maybe the only thing I can pinpoint out is that as you come over here, just make sure your child can speak English, can hear what the other person is talking. And within a month or two, when they start playing with those other kids, you'll hear them speaking like them. So kids are amazing. So they will change fast. It's not like us, where for us to speak like a Muzungu or an Englishman, or an American, is quite difficult. We still carry our accent or
from back home.
Our accent back home, but kids change very fast, so it's very easy for them to adapt to this life.
So do they when is the best time now to relocate to the US? Because I know the US has what we call a school calendar. can you immigrate at any time in the year, or there is a specific time you should consider going to the US so that children transition without friction to the next either school or class?
I can't pinpoint directly, but here schools open in August of every year is when the school calendar starts. But
August.
even if the
That should be
even if,
August.
yeah, August of each year. But
Mm-hmm.
even if kids come in January, they will join school. Even if they come in November, even if they come in April, they will join school. The only part which they will still come and stay at home is when you land here at maybe probably May, because schools are almost being closed in May. So you might stay from May to August to for them to start their school. So that's the only summertime when the schools are closed. But other days, I don't think there is any problem. Kids, definitely kids cannot stay at home in America, because once maybe you are noted that the kids are staying at home, you will be able to explain why. And you don't want to get a maybe to cross with the law enforcement guys and the social workers. So definitely they'll go to school at any given point. They're allowed to. Yeah.
So I want to shift back and come back to you yourself. I know you are working as a banker in your home country. How was it easy? Was it easy for you to get a job as a banker still when you relocated to the US, or there was a friction? I hope you can get my question.
Yes, I understand what you're asking. I can say from my experience, I didn't get a lot of challenges getting a job, because definitely when you are, for example, if you are a manager and you are coming in and you are looking for a job as a manager, definitely you won't get. So the best way, if you want to get back to the system, is to get a job which you'll be able to work well, and that is a job you need to apply, so that you can start climbing and learn their systems. But definitely, if you are a manager or you are head of a department and you come here and start looking for such jobs, you will have a long way to. Definitely,
It might not be easy.
you won't get. You won't get, because
you
you
won't
apply
get.
and they'll tell you no, because the way they work is totally different. So the best thing is to start from the small levels. Definitely, even cashier you won't be able to do, but anyway, you can, if your heart tells you you can do. Then now from there you start climbing up. So yeah.
Okay, and did you find challenge with adapting to the new environment, because the US has a different work culture as compared to where we come from? Because where we come from, I can even go to work 20 minutes late, and nobody will think of it as something which is so big. So did you find how did you find the work culture, so to speak, in US as compared to where we come from, Evans?
Yeah, evidently, so many things when you compare our countries back and here, it's like what we say in Kiswahili ni usiku na mchana. So yeah, you are here, what you are measured with is time. So for example, if you're supposed to spend like 8 hours a day, the most important thing is to make sure that your 8 hours are covered. So for example, if you are supposed to report, although it will depend on where you are working. For example, if you are a cashier and you get late, you need to communicate. But definitely there's not much stress. If you are opening at 8 and you tell your supervisor that you'll be late for 1 hour, nobody bothers about that. So you still go after 1 hour and you continue with your job. What they look at is, if you are supposed to do the 40 hours in a week, Are you able to meet? Because they're also checking on, are you optimizing, are they optimizing their resources, and are you working properly? Because yeah, of course, if you do less hours, they will ask you what is happening, and your supervisor is there to ask you what is happening. Maybe you have stress, you see, such things. But when it comes to work and adapting to their culture, it's not that difficult. Although things are different, if you start thinking the way you do them from your country, you'll have a rough time just to adapt and to get them. What you need to get is dip your hands there and start learning what they are telling you. Here they give you procedures to follow, to read, and where you don't understand, they will be able to hold your hand and tell you this is how it's supposed to do. So it's quite easy. It's quite easy, and I can say you can't compare. You can't
You
compare.
can't compare. You can't compare. Sure. Our listeners who are listening, I'll just tell you this is a video we are doing live. So if you're watching live, make sure that you tap the like button so that YouTube recommends these videos further and further. That is how you can help us. Evans Kieti is also a content creator and also a banker in US, living in the US, and is willing to share a lot of information so that we get to understand the different kinds of life, the different cultures, the different aspects of life in the US, basically. So his channel, I'll be sharing it in the description of this video. So be sure to go there and subscribe to his channel. Watch 3 or 4 videos in the channel. It's a fairly new channel, but he will be sharing a lot to you so that you get to understand. Otherwise, let's continue with the discussion. So Evans, you just said that you cannot compare. It's like night and day.
Yeah.
In terms of, let me now ask you in terms of pay. I know the US, the pay is every 2 weeks. We are used to, where we come from, we are used to being paid after 30 days, even sometimes 3 or 4 months. Some counties and where we come from, they usually pay after 4 months, and that is why most of our people have been staying on Fuliza. Well, Fuliza is like what do we call it, Evans? It's like a mobile lending platform for Kenyans, but most of our people are already on Fuliza. How can you compare the payments in the US, the mode of payment? Because where we come from, we are always on Fuliza.
Here payments, it depends with the institutions too, but most people are paid after every. We find some organizations pay every week, so every Friday you have your paycheck. But most of the organizations pay after 2 weeks. That makes life easier. That's why life is a bit easier, because before your pocket is replenished, you get another paycheck. And that helps us move along and move on with life, because if it is, you can maybe 2 weeks, you can say that this money for my 2 weeks is for paying bills, and the other part of the month is your money for savings, or you want to do something, or send some money to your mother or your father. So that helps a lot. And again, it doesn't mean here there are no kind of fulizas. I don't mean they are fulizas. What you need to have is just a credit.
Like a credit.
Is a credit. They're also in Africa, but people in our countries, they haven't appreciated that a lot. I don't know why. I think there are several reasons why they haven't appreciated. But here you must have a credit. The beauty of credit compared to the Fuliza or I think the Mshwari, the difference is that if you get your credit card, for example, if you have gotten a credit card for, you may use a small amount like $500. If you pay before when it is due, and that is a minimum amount, if you pay that amount, you're never charged.
Pardon? You never, if you pay,
like you don't pay interest.
If you pay early. If you pay early.
You pay before on that day, you are never charged. It's
Mhm.
not like Fuliza, once you borrow, you are charged there and then. So
Mhm.
that's the difference, and you can be able, even if you're earning your money is not enough, or you can have a credit card of $1,000, 500, 2,000. People have even $15,000, $30,000 credit cards. So you can be spending that money, and before maybe it's due on the due date which you have been given, you once you pay it back, you never charge you. It's like you have just returned what you had consumed. So that's the difference that makes life also easy. I don't say that it's something given on a
Platter.
silver platter. No, it doesn't mean that. It depends on how you organize yourself, because this is credit. If you don't pay, you find yourselves in problems. Just the same way when you're doing, because I also borrowed Fuliza.
Mhm.
Uh, you borrow, and by the end of the day, you don't have money to pay it. So you end up, or you use it to do some things which was not helpful in your life. So definitely you'll have uh, the problems of not having good financial plans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification. I want to shift gears a little bit and ask you things related to driver's license driving in the US, because uh, most of our people will want to go to the US and get into jobs which might require them to drive around, and they do not know whether uh, they will need a drive. They can be able to use the driver's license which they got from their home country, or they need to get another type of license so that they drive on the roads in the US. And I also know the side on which drivers drive on the US is totally different from the side we drive in, mostly in Kenya. I know the other countries drive on the same side with the US. So, what can you say about first of all the driver's license, because it's a very important document?
Um, yeah, a driver's license is just like your national ID. So if you have it, that is your ID. And this is a document which is also very important because it gives lots of details of what you do, where you live, and those kinds of informations are provided there. And yes, you're always given some time for you to get your driver's license, but that is only if you came in with your international driving license from your home country, which is provided
Mhm,
by the AA. So
mhm,
once before you board your plane coming over here, it's very important to have your international driving license, because you might find yourself in a city or a town whereby there is no public transport and you must drive. You must have a car. So definitely
mhm,
you must have a driving license to get on the road. Otherwise, if you are caught, you are spoiling your credit score. So that is key. And
mhm,
I don't say it is easy or hard. What you need, once you want to apply, you apply everything online, and you can book your test, go do your test, and once you pass, your ID or your driving license is sent to your home address, and you are given a provisional driving license ticket with just a
mhm,
small
mhm,
paper. So it's
mhm,
not that hard. What you need is just to book, and you must have now the right documents, because again, if you are illegally over here, some things will not work. So
mhm.
it's very important. Everything, when it's clean, I can say it's just easy. It's not something to stress you so much, but you
Okay.
have to
So,
read everything about
uh-huh.
the traffic rules and everything. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Evans, for that clarification. Let me ask you, how long can you drive with the international driver's license you get from your home country? Can you drive it with it 3 years
Um,
or four
no,
years?
it's only given for 1 year. unless you come
Mhm.
back or you go back to your country and renew it afresh. So it takes you 1 year,
Just 1 year. 1 year.
just
Mhm.
1 year, yes.
And the exam you take to get the license in the US, is it
Yes.
an expensive exam? Is it an easy exam in terms of cost, or is it easy to pass, or you can also fail the exam?
Uh, I don't think there is always you can say it's an easy exam, but maybe where I am, it was quite easy because it was just a small paper. It was so manual, so I was wondering if I'm in America. But that's how they do it. So I live in a small city, so it was just a paper I was sticking with a pencil, around 30 questions, and the other side there are around, I think, 20 questions, a total of 50 questions, and the officers ready to mark your thing very fast. But
Very fast. Right there,
99%
right
of
then.
what I've seen, it's online. You get online on a computer, do. And there are people who fail. There are people who
Mm-hmm.
fail. So I can tell you, you must prepare. So it's not easy. It's just an exam, but you must prepare because they are tricky
Mm-hmm.
questions. If you know to drive, you know to drive. But they are tricky questions, so you need to know what they're asking. But once you are
Okay.
here, there are things there are websites you can read, questions,
Mm-hmm.
apps,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
be equipped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification. I want to also ask you a few things related to uh, a course which is I know many people want to use as a stepping stone to immigrate to the USA, and what you can tell them, because I know you and me, in terms of association, we know many people who are nurses. I want to ask you, what can you tell our aspiring nurses? Because I know so many nurses are in the journey and they have waited for a very long time. And what basically can you tell them?
If you are a nurse, I can tell you, you are blessed
Hmm.
because here there are lots of jobs uh, which you can get as a nurse.
Hmm.
And what I can say is just get yourself over here. There are lots of
Jobs are
jobs to
there.
do, and you can't miss job. You'll always have money to do what you want to do. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a good profession.
It's a good course. Uh-huh.
Those who have not started, start
Mm.
doing that kind of courses. And if you want to come over here, come.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
About your channel,
Hmm.
uh, what basically will you be telling us in your channel? What do you want to show uh,
Um,
us in that channel? Because I know you are just starting, but each and everything has its own starting point. So, what do you want?
um,
What will you be telling us in that channel?
in my channel, I haven't decided 100% what I want to do, but I'm doing general life. I'm a banker. I normally talk about finances, on what you need, what you can get in this country, and also when you come to this country, what you need to do. Those are the kinds of things I'm discussing as I try to elevate in future on what I want to focus fully with. But right now, I'm just discussing general life and just to have fun. I can say I'm just having fun,
Mm.
but once I am settled with what I want to do in those channel, I'll start focusing on a particular area, which maybe will be depending with my fans in the channel. They are the ones to decide what to do. So I can do anything, but what they would like me to discuss, I'll go to that direction and I'll be able to give them a lot of information. But right now, it's just for my fun. But there's a lot of things to learn from there. So if you want to get into the channel, I call myself as Keen Stats. So if you look for
Okay.
maybe Evans, you'll get it's Keen Stats,
Hmm.
uh,
We'll share it
or
we'll
or
share it
at,
down here.
or at Evan Soyak. So you search
Okay.
that, you're going
W-
to get me. Evan
Sure.
Soyak is
Sure.
Evans Sawyer, then K at last. So Evan Soyak is my my channel, but it's called Keen Stats. So definitely that's what I do on that channel. Yeah, thank you.
We'll be sharing that channel on the description of this video, so that anybody who wants to go and support him there and watch what he has to do, we'll share it in the description of this video. Go there and subscribe to that channel and help him get spread this information which he has. He has a lot of information, a lot of it which we could not be able to touch in this short live session. We'll be collaborating with him and discuss a few things here and there. Evans, before we land the plane, before we end the live, I know you are a banker and you have a lot of interest in things related with finances. What can you tell our people about finances generally, in terms of maybe savings? How can they invest, or maybe things of that sort?
Maybe try to answer your question. When you start planning to come over here, it's good to start saving for money which you'll use once you land, because there are those things which you definitely require. And one is to get a home to sleep. You need a bed. You need to pay your first bill or the first rent. So you need to save money. The other money you need to have is money just to move around before you get a job. I know most people, when they come over here, probably there's somebody waiting for you, but you need to save some money which can make you kick off the life over here. But if you have somebody who can support you and maybe hold your hand for like a month or 2-3 months, well and good, but you need to have your money, some money to pay some things which are very important, especially green card payments. There's some money which is required to pay there. You need money for your plane, definitely. You need money to come and open up your bank account, your first bank account. And maybe what I found maybe to be a challenge when you land here you don't have is that if you can also have a foreign account in your country and put, even if it's $1,000, it will be fine, and you come with that card, because you'll be able to buy things.
What do you mean by a foreign account? Like, could you give us an example? A dollar account, whereby you put you bank your money there, so that you'll be able to withdraw that money once you arrive in the US. Or do you mean something of that sort?
You can withdraw, but definitely here you don't need to be carrying cash. Here you don't need. That card is your money, so you can be able to buy things, get a Uber, or which other mode of transport. There are several kinds of modes of transport. You want to rush somewhere, so everything is linked to that card. So you can use that card and move around, get Uber, buy your things. Because you might find yourself in a city and you want to buy something and they tell you they don't take cash. So that is something I noted when I landed here. You have the money, but you want to buy something and they tell you, no, we are not taking cash.
They're not taking cash.
Yet you emptied your account,
your bank account,
your country, and carried cash. So it's good if you have some money there, just to make you start off with life. Just the first few days. I'm not saying to forever. Just a few days, some money which you can use. But if it's $200, $500, you can just leave it there. It will help you to kickstart the journey for in this country, because you need a credit card at some point. So you need those cards. Yes, you can buy cash at Walmart, you get a debit card, but I think it's important just to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a few questions as we end, and I hope that will not. We are on our 39th minute. We wanted the live to be 40 minutes long, but let me ask you questions about a few questions. But basically, let me ask about a host. How do you? Because I can remember many years ago, because we've had the opportunity of knowing each other for a very long time. You once told me that it's you who needs to prepare your own host or your own friends while even in Africa, so that when you get to the US, at least you have someone who can either receive you or host you. Uh, I think there's something you can tell us about that whole topic.
I think what the US government doesn't like is people to come and loiter around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important if you have an address. Address is somewhere which, if they ask you, where are you going? You can tell them, I'm going here. Uh, I've had different stories, but just be confident. Have somebody who can, if maybe they see something is not fine, because they like to know what is happening around. Somebody who will just say yes is coming to my end if they happen to maybe try to call, because I know they can call, but it depends with scenarios. Nobody asked me where you're going. They asked me, is this the address you are using? Yes, and that was it.
Okay.
But if you are unakaa hivi hivi,
You might find yourself being asked those questions. Where are you going? Who is
where are you
receiving
going?
you?
Yeah,
What
who's
are you carrying
receiving
in
you?
your bag?
I've had that, so it's good. Just have somebody who is, maybe if they call, you can say, yeah, I'm waiting for such a person, and that's it. They just leave it at that point. But if
Yes,
maybe
we are.
probably you land there before you exit the airport and ask you where you are going, and you start guessing, or if you guess a particular person and they call him and probably says no,
Mm-hmm.
nakwambia utarudi
You can go back to your home country. The
haraka.
elephant in the room. The elephant in the room, Evans. Racism.
Hmm.
Uh, Did have you ever experienced racism from anybody since you landed? Because many people say that the US and most Western countries, there's a lot of racism, forgetting that even in Africa we have what we call tribalism, nepotism. Uh, what can you tell us? Have you ever faced that elephant in the room?
Okay, that's something maybe I won't be comfortable to discuss, but I have never met maybe racism in my life. Here, everything is protected by the law, so everybody would like not to go against the law. So nobody can here call me or call me.
The normal bad words we won't
No,
mention in this channel. Nobody.
no,
Uh-huh.
no. You can't find that unless you find somebody who is mad or the drunkard. But I've never seen those people. Yeah,
So it's
but
not
there's
easy.
nothing like that. Everybody is protected under the law.
Mhm.
But just like you have said, back at our home, people will ask you which side of the country will you come from. So
Mhm. So that
what happened?
we also segregate ourselves
Yeah,
in terms of religions, and those are vices you cannot run away
run away from. Yeah,
from
yeah,
because they are in every part of the world.
but they are welcoming. You get friends, good friends,
Mhm.
by the way. So nothing
Mhm.
I've seen like that.
No.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Evans. I don't want to take so much of your time. Thank you for coming to this channel to shed light on the life and tips of tips for surviving in the USA as an immigrant from Africa. We'll be doing more and more videos, both in my channel and in your channel, so that we bring to light, we demystify all this information which we are usually taught to us like they were told to us like myths and like stories, but now we can come and discuss all these things and tell our people what to expect when they immigrate to other countries. So Evans, unless you have something you want to add, to our viewers?
Yes.
Unless you have anything you want to add.
Okay. Thank you, Jack. I think we have discussed lots of things, and in future we'll have also time to discuss lots of things. So I believe what the viewer wanted to listen to here today, or he wants to watch in the future, he will be able to watch. And we open maybe the sessions maybe for the future. Let the viewer determine what he wants to say. He can ask us maybe something, and we can arrange maybe next time and discuss, and they'll be able to ask a question also.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for that outro so that we end from our end. Thank you very much for the viewers who have been with us from the start to the end asking questions, and I'm able to see like 3 or 4 questions from our viewers, but you can ask more questions in the comment section, and we will be there answering them from time to time. We basically ask any question, we'll be answering them. And thank you again, Evans. I want you now. I want to let you go and relieve yourself. Let you leave him behind as I say kwaheri, and we'll talk another day.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So, guys, that was our guest for today. We'll be having many guests and him also many times, so that we talk about all these things which are related to immigration and opportunities abroad. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like this video, share it to at least one person, so that we get to what do we say? We get to share all this information with more and more people. Thank you very much, and have yourself a good day, good night, depends where you're watching from. Watch other videos in this channel, which I will attach somewhere here or here, so that you get the full benefit. Good night.